Chelsea Football Club are ahead of Manchester United when it comes to signing Michael Olise. Fabrizio Romano gives us extra little bit of detail and I'm here to break it down for you. Chelsea Football Club, well apparently we were getting rid of Armando Broja for £30 million to Everton. And a source that's saying this, well I don't believe him because Fabrizio's come out and dunked it on his head and told me, listen, I know differently. I'll tell you that as well. We've got Pedro Lima. Who is he? Another Brazilian wonderkid, 17 years old. A lot of false information going on about him. Oh, he's coming to Chelsea. He's not coming to Chelsea. He's going to Strasbourg. And I'm going to explain to you why this is a phenomenal move and why Blueco once again are impressing me. I'm finally starting to see the vision that everyone else is painting as doom and gloom. I've been saying it for 12 months. I see where they're going. We just need to execute a little bit better. The vision's there. You just need a beautiful pass. A little bit of Jason Tatum, 12 assists. If you know, you know. And finally, the Euros are around the corner. A lot of you have asked me, Alex, who's playing for Chelsea at the Euros? Well, I'm going to tell you who's playing. We're going to talk about it and we're going to have a quick debrief and then I'm going to tell you what I'm going to be doing during the Euros to keep you lot informed on your latest Chelsea news in terms of playing football and more importantly who we're linked with. So let's get into it. I need you to hit that like button. 1,000 likes goes massively. Honestly, you want to support? I don't need a super chat. I just need you to hit that like button. Secondly, subscribe. If you're brand new, you're clearly enjoying what you're seeing. And finally, the biggest one of all. If you can share this on your platforms, clip the parts that you like or just share the link. Honestly, it does wonders and it helps the channel grow massively. So let's get started. Michael Olise is a player that Chelsea Football Club has been trying to get for the last maybe 12 to 18 months. He's been on our list and this move is being driven by Mr. Joe Shields. So the fact that it's driven by Joe Shields, a lot of you have already said, oh, if Joe wants him, I want him. Like I've heard that so many times these days. If Joe wants him, I want him. If Joe wants his bald head, I want a bald head. I've heard every single one of you say that, right? But the reality is, what's been going on with this move? We've been hearing from Fabrizio Romano that Chelsea are going to be making moves in the incoming days. Chelsea are going to be pressuring it. And now Fabrizio has come out with details. Chelsea have spoken to his camp. Chelsea have displayed their affection for the player. The player has spoken to Chelsea's directives. And Fabrizio said that Chelsea are ahead of the curve when it comes to Manchester United. And why are Chelsea ahead of the curve? Chelsea have got a great project. Chelsea have got an offer that Olise finds respectable. And more importantly, it's a matter of just placing a bid now and getting the deal over and done with. Manchester United, on the other hand, well, they're a little bit of a dilemma. Yeah, like politely put, they're in a little bit of a pamper now. If you remember the Snapchat series that was from Mike's Comedy, I think it was. The reality is, Manchester United don't have a gaffer. They've got Ten Hag in charge. And at this moment in time, I don't think Ten Hag's going to be there next year. So he's going to be getting sacked based on all the information that we're seeing. Tuchel rejected him publicly yesterday. Fabrizio's confirmed that they're most probably going to go after a Pochettino or a De Zerbi. And the reality is, by the time they sort all this nonsense out, even though Southgate's in the running still, Olise will most probably be a Chelsea player. Chelsea are trying to get all their business done by the end of July. That is phenomenal news. Like, that is music to my ears. I want all the players in the camp. I want everybody ready to go the minute pre-season starts. Players coming back from the Euros, players coming back from the Copa, and I want us raring to go for that first game of the season. I want to start the season properly, and the fact that Chelsea Football Club are already laying the foundations for Michael Olise, I hope the bid goes in soon and we secure the player. Fabrizio's given us the scoop. Next story. What I always say to you lot, whenever you see a story online, the first thing you do is click on the link and go read the actual story. The second thing you do is look at the source, the individual that's writing it, the person that's selling you the story. Because certain individuals, right, in this case is Mr. Ben Jacobs, sometimes their information doesn't come out as reputable as others, right? And you have a Fabrizio Romano who's a tier 1 that comes out and shuts it down. In this case, apparently Ben Jacobs was saying that Chelsea Football Club are in talks with Everton who have keen interest of him. The fee being discussed is around £30 million and no deal was agreed yet, but it's in the realm of that discussion. So now you need to take a step back. You know that ones when before you take a step back and you hit that 3, you do one of those step backs. And you ask, why in your opinion does this story make sense? Everton don't even know if they're going to go into administration. Yes, they get Premier League money coming in, and yes, at this moment in time, they'll find a buyer. At this moment in time, what they're more worried about is paying their staff, finding a buyer, and making sure the club is fine and doesn't go to administration and get deducted, I think it's 15 or 9 points automatically. So why would they be caring about Armando Broja? Then Fabrizio came out, and Fabrizio said, look, there is interest in Broja from a lot of clubs. Everton could be one of them. But at this moment in time, it's a stalemate. There's nothing to look. There's nothing to see. There's nothing to smell. There's nothing to touch. There's nothing at this moment in time going on with Chelsea and Everton. And for me, it makes sense. Sometimes you just have to look at the story and say, is this somebody's agent trying to put the story out? Is this the club that wants to sell him putting the story out there? Is this Everton trying to do it? Which I highly doubt. So for me, as good as Broja is, and as good as Broja could be, I don't think he's going to Everton Football Club. I really don't. I don't think 30 million is realistic. I think we're going to get rid of him for around about 20 million pounds. 30 is ridiculously good. So now Chelsea have gone into the business of buying young prospects, developing them, and then hoping that they come through the academy at Chelsea Football Club at Cobham and basically make an impact onto the first. It looks like Estavo Williams going to be announced soon. There's been a little hold up due to the paperwork, but apparently, according to Fabrizio, that deal's going to happen. We've got Kendry Pies, we've got Andrea Santos, we've got Angelo. Multiple players that are Latin have been signed for Chelsea, and people are excited. Well, it looks like Chelsea are going to get another one, DJ Khaled style. We're going to get Pedro Lima. For those of you that don't know who Pedro Lima is, he's a 17-year-old right back. He plays in the second division of Brazilian football. He plays for, I think it's called Sport Raffi. And the team at this moment in time is ready to sell him, and the fee is going to be in and around 13 million euros. That will be with add-ons, so before any of you panic, it will most probably be like 8 million, and then if he achieves the bonus requirements, it'll go there. However, he isn't joining Chelsea. The gentleman is going to be joining Strasbourg. And people have been panicking. Oh my God, we've got Malo Gusto, we've got Rich James, what about Achabon? And why are we blocking pathways for Cobham graduates? Well, we're not. We're sending him to Strasbourg. He's going to go and develop there. He's going to become a better player. And more importantly, the key element here, he's going to learn how to play in a league that is a top 5 league in the world. Like, he's going to learn how to be a player there. And if he gets good, guess what? There'll be a sell-on fee straight to Chelsea. Chelsea pay around about 25 to 30 million for him. Nice little cheeky price. He comes in and plays for us. Manchester City have done it with Salvio, I think his name is, and Kunto from what's it called, Girona. That's literally what we're trying to do. People, stop being scared of buying talent. A lot of people want, oh, we have to make Cobham talent come through and be successful. No, we need to make sure the players that are great and want to battle for a position come through and are successful. The pathway is there. I don't think Chelsea want to go and spend abnormal amounts of money on youth players. I think what Chelsea are doing is making the most competitive environment at Cobham to make sure it's the survival of the fittest. The best players will make it, and those that don't, trust me, you're going to have a great career, because the education you get here, we will sell you somewhere, we're going to make a profit, you're going to make great money, and more importantly, you're going to have a great developing career. And for me, I actually like the way Chelsea are running stuff. There is an element to it, yes, is not being successful on the pitch yet, but I'm starting to see the fruits of our labor, and hopefully next year it is going to be top 4 and comfortably, maybe even a cheeky 3rd place. People have called me deluded for that. The Euros have arrived, and here comes our addiction to football going to another level, right? All of us are going to watch the 2 p.m. game, then the 5 p.m. and then the 8 p.m. game. We're literally going to wake up after lunch, or as soon as we get home from work, boom, football, 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 football. And the happiness is here. Not only did my country, Georgia, qualify, and I'm over the moon for that, and honestly, it's going to be a completely different experience, because normally I support the country that I live in, England, because my native land, Georgia, doesn't qualify. This time, we've qualified, so I'm going to be supporting my boys, but obviously, the English lads are going to be getting my support as well. But just knowing that if England played Georgia, we know who I'm supporting. More importantly, who have qualified from Chelsea, and who do we need to keep an eye on? Armando Broja in Albania. He is qualified, and he's someone that is going to be playing for his future, in the sense that he's going to have an opportunity to display his skill set, and try get him transfer away from the club. We have to say Romelu Lukaku because he's still on the books, but he's coming up to one of his final tournaments, I think. I think after this tournament, I don't see him having another tournament, especially if he goes to Saudi Arabia. I think it will just be the end of an era for Romelu Lukaku as a Belgian number 9. Furthermore, we've got the English two boys, Conor Gallagher and Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer is going into his very first tournament, and I think Conor Gallagher has already been to one, if I'm not mistaken. He went to the World Cup last time around. But both players have got something to prove. I think Conor's going to play a massive role, even though I genuinely believe Southgate's not going to utilize him better than he was at Chelsea, because I think Southgate's just going to tell him to run around and get crunching the way Poch did. I think in that double pivot, maybe Conor's going to give us a little bit of solidity, especially if he tries to be a little bit more disciplined. Cole Palmer's going to start on the bench, but I think at the end of the tournament, Cole Palmer's definitely going to be a starter for England, and he's going to be smashing it. I'm really excited. Then Petro. Petro's going with Serbia. I think he's the number 1, if I'm not mistaken. He's going to be smashing it. I'm actually really excited to see him in a team where hopefully he gets to like display his skill set and maybe a little bit of ball playing ability. However, I highly doubt Serbia's going to want to play that way. They're going to be more compact, defensive, and hit teams on the break. They've actually got a very good team, and I think they're in England's group. Cucurella is going with Spain. And finally, Mudryk. Mudryk is going away with Ukraine, and both players have got a lot to prove. Both players have got a good chance of actually making a great impact. I think Spain will go far in this tournament. I don't know why. I think Cucurella is going to play a lot of significant minutes. Mudryk is basically one of the better players within the Ukrainian national team, with I think Artyom Dovbyk as the number 9, Sedankov from Girona out the right wing as well. They've got the number 10 from Shakhtar. That is a good player. So it's going to be very exciting. We'll be keeping a tab on that. So I'll be giving you guys updates on how they played, because I will be watching. I'll do the same for Copa America. Once the lineups get announced, I'll break that down for you. And I'll also be watching those highlights, because I ain't staying up till 3 AM to watch Copa America unless it's a special game, you know, the latter stage of the tournament. But this was the Kavkas View. This was the latest Chelsea news. I took a day off yesterday because there weren't any news. I didn't want to bore you. But today, I came back, gave you the update. You're fully updated. Hit that bell notification to make sure you know when videos come out. Peace out. I'm out.